Всем хай! Мы играем в Noire по Елисейским полям. А вот мне интересно, Элизиан и Елисейский, блядь. И Елисей у меня как-то ассоциация сразу с каким-то, блядь, этим нахуй. Подпёздышем, блядь, этого Добрым Никитича. Ой, мать твою, какой-то маньячина.
House fire, bad one. At least 4 Vicks. Get out there and find out what you can. The address is 650 North Hobart.
Твою-то матерь. Вот надо оно нам. Так, ладно. Раз уж так, придется нам веселухой заниматься. Ага, давай. Давай, дедок, садись за руль.
Hear about Rancho Escondido? Are we having a conversation, bitch? Okay, fuck it. Forget I'm teasing you, Herschel. Tell me about it. The new housing development is a couple of weeks from completion. Burned to the ground last night. GIs are ready to move in this weekend. The developer's gonna have some very angry customers.
Прикольно. Ну, пусть объясняется, хули. Прям даже интересно. Ёлки-моталки. Как-то мне это не нравится. Не. Ну и дела. Я тоже надеюсь. А то как что-нибудь увидим, кусок крафони обосранного, и что делать? И дрить колотить.
We recovered a picture of the family. Okay. Anything else? Be honest, I just got here, Phelps. Best you talk to Lynch, he's the expert. Doesn't make any sense. Why aren't they scattered around like the rest of the debris?
I think they've been moved. I think someone moved them after the explosion and before the fire.
Can you explain that, please?
I'm almost positive the cause of death is asphyxiation due to gas inhalation. Look at the parts of their bodies that aren't scorched. The coloring around the fingertips is typical.
They wouldn't have felt it.
I think the fire damage is post-mortem. I think they went into this room.
Серьезно?
The explosion.
It still doesn't make any sense. Why would you run into a burning building?
Да, оно, скорее всего, не горело. Его подожгли, да их сюда принесли, наверное. Ну и трешатинка.
Prayer effect is from the fire. Muscles and tendons contract.
На уж. Подожди, может мы что-нибудь еще увидим? Ладно. Допустим. У нас фоточка есть.
You ever think about how many people have died in this world? And how big heaven would have to be to accommodate them bigs?
No, I have not. Show some respect.
Так, окей.
It's our boy. I think he watches the fires. I think the Sawyer fire went wrong.
So what about the guy we have in jail, Phelps?
We got the wrong guy.
It doesn't explain why he ran into a burning building. What would make anyone do that?
Guilt. For the fires? For his mistake. This guy wants to burn houses, not families. He expects the houses to be empty. He was trying to redeem himself. He probably thought they'd be happier together.
You are one very disturbed individual, Phelps. I know you had it rough lately, but you should start to compartmentalize your thoughts.
Я тоже что-то не могу понять, что за логика.
Come up with an alternative explanation.
I'm sure it's the same guy.
Are you telling me that some son of a bitch murdered these people, the whole family, and arranged them here like Cupid dolls?
Might fit, Cole, but I don't think we could ever prove it. There's very little evidence.
Твою дивизию.
Evidence?
Чего?
Check out the hot water system. Make sure we're dealing with the same MO.
Sure, Phelps. I'll get back to you.
Leave the rest to us, Cole. You better find out what he did.
Серьезно? Ты куда побежал-то, дедуля?
So something finally got to you.
You want my help, pretty boy? You got it. You keep riding me and you won't be pretty much longer.
We can get this guy, Herschel.
You think you've seen everything, Phelps? I was with the 2nd Marines at Bella Wood. The things that went on in that farmhouse. My own guys on fire, screaming for a way out. You're not gonna get this guy. There's gonna be no photos and no citations. We're gonna kill this miserable fuck. End of story. You getting this?
Окей. Блин.
You remember the list from the travel agent?
Sure.
The Morellis were winners too. Their name was on that list.
Christ. We should take a look around, work the neighbors, see what they know. I'll go across the street.
Okay, I'll try this side.
Окейушки. Мне другое интересно. Мне совсем другое интересно. Так, где-то нам нужно найти нагреватель. Надо еще понять, где. Я уверен, что он где-то здесь должен быть, но все равно как-то, знаете... А вот он, кстати, наверное. Наверное, кстати, вот он. Ага. А тут у нас Варли работал. Ты смотри-ка, а.
Looks like the same model.
Ага, нагреватель мы нашли. Но нам нужно к соседям сгонять, с соседями поговорить. Там тоже интересно. Ух, нихера. Заборчику-то пизда пришла. Так. У нас должно быть кое-что интересное, но что-то я пока этого интересного не вижу.
LAPD, can you tell me anything about the fire next door?
Terrible luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
What's your name, sir?
Foreman. Dudley Foreman.
Ага. Форман, говоришь, да?
Did you see or hear anything that might have...
Look, we were asleep when we heard the explosion.
You didn't like Morelli, did you?
Some neighbors you get along with, some you don't. Guess they should have sold up.
What do you mean?
They're knocking down all these old houses and building a new subdivision for GIs. Morelli was being difficult.
Так, вот, значит,
You
на...
said someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. They're billboards. That Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
Whatever you thought of Morelli, his whole family is dead. They couldn't have all deserved that. I want you to help me here, Foreman.
Morelli was pig-headed. He built the house himself. He didn't want to sell. Stubborn fool was ruining it for all of us.
Ладно. Так.
You said the Morellis had won a weekend away to Catalina Island?
Yeah, that's right. First thing I thought after the explosion was, thank goodness they was away. But then I find out they were still in there.
Who was running the competition?
What? I don't know.
Ну,
You
допустим.
didn't enter yourself?
I'd already agreed to sell. The competition was an incentive for those who were still thinking about it.
Так, вот, значит, на... Ладно. Где-то здесь должны быть, короче, следы. Вот только вопрос, где? Я что-то, блядь, нихуя не вижу. Так. Там что-то где-то слева от дома должно быть. Я, блядь, нихуя не вижу. Ничего слева от дома. Сложно, блядь. Вообще сложно. Я ни хера не понимаю. Вот где я должен искать эти ебаные, блядь, следы? И на каком, блядь, другом участке? Ай, ебаный рот. Серьезно, где? Так, у нас тут есть газета. Ну давай уже.
How did you get my number, Ira?
At first, I didn't understand you, but now I do.
I'd like you to come back to the clinic.
I'm helping other people now, Doctor.
I think you are confused. You haven't been to the clinic for weeks.
I'm not confused anymore, Doctor. I'm helping people be together.
This world is only temporary. We'll all be happier in heaven.
Why don't you tell me where you are and I
Okay.
can come to you? I think the fire should end now. They have served their purpose.
Oh, the fires are only beginning, Doctor. After the fires, everything will be beautiful and clean.
Everything will be erased. The world will be fresh and new.
I can see my purpose now, Doctor. And you helped me to find it.
Ой, я понял тебя, короче. Вот какая-то мутень тут. Этот какого-то нарика, блядь, выпустил вообще долбанутого. Ой. Это я понял, но меня, блин, другое беспокоит. Меня другое беспокоит. Твою мать. Серьезно. Написано было в другом месте совершенно.
I would know that imprint anywhere.
В смысле? И чё? Ага.
Was keeping watch. Looks like they were here for quite a while. Brand looks distinctive.
Окейшки. Давайте посмотрим, что у нас с уликами. Так. Следы сапог окурки. Так, ладно. Да отъебись.
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Advice?
We need more from the neighbors, Cole. Keep working them.
Так. То есть ты хочешь, чтобы я еще раз с этим мудаком поговорил? Ну ладно. Парень.
You see anyone hanging around the Morelli's home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Ken says I was looking out, though.
Ай, парень. Пиздишь ты.
There are signs of someone hanging around over there by the fence.
Hey, now that you come to think of it, there was a guy. Kind of tall. Skinny, though.
Anything else?
Orange lumber jacket, beat-up hat, and no hair. I thought he was the pest exterminator guy who was working around here the last few days. But that guy had hair.
Так вот, значит, на.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Foreman.
Sure. Hey, if you're interested, I have one of those competition flyers in the kitchen. I could get it for you if you like.
That would be great.
Окей.
Any luck, Cole?
Couple of things. What did you pick up?
Folded piece of paper.
Обаньки.
Japanese call it origami. Can I take a look?
Sure.
Paper crane. There's a legend about them. You fold 1,000 of these and you get a wish.
Ага, сейчас развернем.
Hey, don't break it.
I'm not. I'm unfolding it. It looks like a waybill or a flyer.
For what?
Ну, понятно, нам надо... Так,
For Elysian Fields developments.
так, ладно.
Oh, I see you already have one.
Ага. Это мы поняли. Вот тебе и трип.
When did the
Бэт-трип.
flyer arrive in your mailbox?
They've been arriving for weeks. This one was in the mailbox when I got home from work yesterday afternoon.
Ладненько. Конечно, все очень увлекательно. А, кстати, не может быть такого, что мы сейчас еще где-то здесь найдем такую же хероборинку. А то мне что-то кажется, что очень даже может быть. Так. Так куда ты застрял-то, а? Так, ну здесь-то ничего такого нет, а вот погоди-ка. Там вот должен быть спуск в подвал. Так. Ага.
Flashpoint. The heater detonated with enough force to expose the foundations.
Ох. Ладно, это мы поняли уже. Не, ну молоток нам нахуй не нужен. А мы вон оригами тут ищем. Нет, не группу оригами. Хотя, наверное, такую и не слышали. А обычную вот эту вот писульку бумажную. Я сомневаюсь, что мы тут что-то найдем, честно говоря. Видали, в каком состоянии охуительном? Ладно. Наша задача, кажется, сильно упрощается. Тут нам искать больше нечего. Правда, все ноги позамочили нафиг. Но мы можем вот сюда вот позвонить.
I need an address for a property developer. Elysian Fields Developments.
One moment, detective. The address is 748 North Oxford Avenue, Wilshire. Anything else?
Messages, please.
You have a message. Contact Captain McKelty immediately.
Thanks. Can you put me through, operator?
Of course. Here you are.
Так, окей.
Commander?
Blades on the Morelli fire.
We're about to go and visit Elysian Fields Developments.
You're about to do what? Leland Monroe? He's a personal friend of the mayor and the chief. Are you out of your mind? I'm warning you, Phelps.
Commander,
No.
line of inquiry.
You have something, you bring it to me. You're hanging by a thread, Phelps. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Have a report on my desk today.
На, блин. А вот нам и вставили.
Makes sense. It's a dead end. We should check out Rancho Escondido.
You know the place?
Sure. Corner of Fountain and Wilton. Let's go.
Так, ладно.
You can drive.
Поехали в эту аж сранчу.
Where to?
Посмотрим, что на вашей сранче находится. Прям даже интересно.
About Jeb. The arson desk has been trying to nail that son of a bitch for years.
He's still in custody, Herschel.
Wanna bet? Fella kicked him loose already. Can't hold him for misdemeanor cigarettes and matches.
Так, ладно. История начинает пахнуть очень неприятно. Не только дымом, но еще и керосином.
You know, there are times when you really miss a nightstick. There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
О, баньки.
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir.
Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own property.
It is not
This is
safe,
America,
sir.
dickhead.
Now step back, or I'll lock you up for a
Smart
fray.
mouth son of a bitch.
Ты смотри-ка, а.
Sorry, sack. That's funny. We're gonna have to pacify these poor sacks.
Охуели совсем, что ли?
Good thing you showed up when you did, detectives. Those folks were baying for blood.
Okay, then. Let's see if there's anything left to take a look at.
Так, интересно. Что ж тут такое произошло? Так. Нам, по идее, нужно посмотреть. Это здесь должен быть. Должна быть вывеска с рекламой. Если я, опять же, ни хера не путаю. А я могу и напутать. А это я могу. Так. Что-то как-то даже странно все. Все разъебано. Так, то, что он так повеселился-то. Вот интересно, а что мы здесь должны найти? Я здесь ничего интересного не вижу. Так. Ну, то, что здесь какой-то сранчо, блин. Это и так понятно. То, что здесь пожарчик ебанули, это тоже понятно. Вот что нам со всем этим делать, вообще непонятно. Так, что-то я застрял. Так. Конечно, прекрасно. Прям вообще прекрасно. Но я опять же говорю, запутался. Я не могу понять, что от меня хотят. Так. Либо это какой-то странный прикол, либо я даже не знаю. Так, а вот вопрос, какой первый дом? Так, и что здесь? Охуеть.
Mortar is like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
You'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick. Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either. This thing looks like it was built on the cheap.
Ладно. О, на. Охуенчик.
If we're paying a visit to Alicia and ruining my career, let's bite the bullet and get on with it.
Ты смотри-ка, а. И тут тоже таджиков каких-то нанимали. Ладно. Давайте поедем, посмотрим. Что там за таджиков они нанимали.
Can you drive to this one?
So where do you want to go?
Все равно же придется туда ехать. Сразу говорю, мне здесь не нравится. Так. Привет, Туля.
It's Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
Send them through.
Так, вот, значит, на.
And that's our cue. Yes, ma'am.
Смотри-ка, а. Прям такое современное место.
We'd like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
I'm afraid it's impossible. Mr. Monroe's schedule is booked weeks in advance.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
Ой, блин.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen. Come into my office.
Ладно. Пошли.
You like a cigar? Drink, boys.
Sure, I'll have a scotch.
We're investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
It's terrible, boys.
Рожа какая-то знакомая. 52 года мудаку.
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
Ой, дед.
We found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer. Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Point is, every time we find a family barbecue, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
Как бы да. Тебя, парень, не волнует такая хуйня?
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
Да, конечно.
Level with me, Mr. Monroe. You know all about the vacation offers.
You can believe whatever you like, son. You're missing the vital ingredient called proof.
Ну да, ну да. Только у нас тут рекламочка есть такая интересная.
Your face is all over the flyers, Mr. Monroe. You know about the prizes, and you're aware that they get given to holdouts.
My face is the brand. It's on all our advertising. Did you know that the mayor and the chief of police are part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund? You want to accuse them of murder as well?
Ой, понятно.
We've made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
Ага, American, блядь. Знаем мы такой American
I
way.
believe that you would build a new development with one of those
Где-то
piles smack bang in the center of
году в
it.
прошлом, что ли, в Саратове, блядь, тоже подожгли нахуй,
Those who choose to
чтобы
stand
это
in defiance
застроить.
confined to the waste basket of history.
Тоже American way, блядь.
Yes, we would build around them if we had to. Most people see sense.
Понятно.
What's Elysian Field's involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments. It was due to open on the weekend, or was before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code regulation.
Absolutely. Only the best for our
Да,
return.
конечно. А я смотрю, попил бабла — это такое общемировое занятие.
You're lying, bro. There's something out of kilter about that development.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
Но, знаешь ли, тут такое дело.
I'm no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Every building is built to a budget, boys. Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life. Investment of that magnitude demands it. Do you think that they'd vouch for the buildings without examining them? The arsonist. Do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think so. The contractors I use for waybills. You suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm all
Ну, конечно.
the LAPD. My secretary will provide you with that list. Did you know that I'm on the board of the police pension fund?
Ой, понятно, короче, тут решил. Ага.
What's the story? Any of these names ring a bell?
А вот тут интересно. Тут у нас Чапман.
Herbert Chapman is on this list.
Find the phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
Ладно, давайте-ка поищем телефончик.
Your boss is a fine man.
Такой мудак, блядь, беспросветный. А так хороший человек. Ладно.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
Let me find out for you. He was released this morning, Detective.
Зашибись.
I'm sorry, Detective.
Not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the cut?
I'll get back to you, Detective. APB will go out over KGPL shortly.
Thanks for your help.
Адрес-то дадите, нет? Вот это вот нам зачем, простите?
Give me your heart, and baby, I'll bill it. 'Cause I always kill the things I love.
Твою-то матерь.
No! Not even for old time's sake? Not even for that. You're not gonna ask me why I'm here? I wouldn't give you the pleasure. Get around to it.
Something quite other.
She's in fine voice this evening. I wonder how the commander would feel Save about the threats for someone who cares about them, Roy.
You're breaking my heart, Cole. You know how I feel about you.
Will turn to surprise as you feel the pain.
Stay away from Elysian Fields.
You realize
I should have known that you were playing errand boy.
You and your doofus partner. You have been warned.
Thanks for your cooperation, officer.
I love you.
Stay
блин.
away. You have no idea the type of people that are involved in that kind
Да, я-то догадываюсь, какие.
The same kind of people that sent you here.
Your investigation is finished. Homicide will be taking over from here. I've heard we've had a spate of grass fires in the hills that you and that hunchback might be able to handle. Thanks for the drink, Cole.
Ай, блин. Ясно. Вот столько ненужных подробностей.
Get the message about Monroe?
Yeah, Earl delivered it. You?
McKelty. He started making noises about my pension.
Ай,
Sorry
блин.
about that, Rick. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it, Phelps. Monroe's an asswipe. And so was Earl. And so was McKelty when it's all said and done.
Окей.
KGPL calling car 11K, 11K.
11K, go ahead.
11K, the last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive in Wilshire.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
Let's go pick him up.
Так,
You drive.
ну что,
Case notes.
поехали к Чапману.
Where exactly are we going?
Почти что Каньки Чапман. Ну только Герберту Чапману.
I did, but I don't like to talk about it.
You come across a guy called Jack Kelso out that way?
You know Jack Kelso?
He's an insurance investigator over at California Fire and Life. Our paths cross from time to time. For some reason, seeing you makes me think of him.
Has Jack spoken to you about his experiences on Sugarloaf? Or the rest of the campaign?
Jack keeps stung just like you do. I know what it feels like to get back from conflict. You gotta respect that.
Окейшки. Че как-то странно.
We're looking for Herbert Chapman.
I'm looking for him too. I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn.
He's definitely not here.
I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. Yeah, he's out somewhere. There's some kind of
Let's take a look
problem.
at the car.
Так.
Let's see what he's hauling around.
Опаньки. Так, вот значит на.
Motive, opportunity, and hard evidence.
Ладно. Тут у нас патрончики. Так.
Should advise the APB. He's clearly armed.
Интересно. А это что такое? Ну, рекламу это мы видели уже. Ладно.
Definitely gives him opportunity.
Сейчас посмотрим.
Hold it, cool. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat. Shit. He's seen us.
Cops! Again!
Ты смотри-ка, а. Он что, в трамвае, что ли?
He must have caught the trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole. I'll call this in. Get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL. 11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar. Currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Roger, 11K. All units, officers need assistance on Melrose Avenue. A suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar headed eastbound. Approach with caution. Suspect is in control of the streetcar and driving dangerously. Units to animal code 3 identified.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
Так. Ладно. Будем посмотреть. За трамваями мы еще тут не гонялись.
See if he can damage one of the wheels. Might act like a brake and slow the thing down. It's no good! We need to get closer! Hold him tight, Cole. As soon as he ditches the tramp, we'll be there. End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
Так. Сорян, мужик.
Looks like we have our man, Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. He has his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
Fires benefit Elysian in some way. I don't see Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman. Hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
Ну да, как бы да.
Nice work, gentlemen. Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award. We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch Chapman for as long as I can remember. I couldn't be happier than to wipe him off the scoreboard. I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? We'll be calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
А почему бы нет? Никсон он такой, он может. Ой, блин, вот нахрена нам это?
What is it?
A letter from Lou. His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
California Fire and Life. You worked for Elysian?
The roof that he was working on collapsed.
Very generous settlement. Elsa, I'd like you to do something for me. I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help this Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He's a friend of yours?
He hates my guts. Elsa, you could take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
Окей. Так, ну что у нас тут? Улик найдено 13 из 13, вопросы 8 из 8, городу 100 рублей ущербу. Дело закрыто на блестяще. Возможно, у Чепмана был мотив для преступления в связи с Монро и Элизиан, но сведения об этом он нес с собой в могилу. Ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь. Всем пока.